It's night. No moon, no stars, just clouds. You can't see your hand in front of your face. Somewhere out there, something is moving, and you don't know what it is, how big it is, or how close it's getting. You can't run because you might run straight into it. You can't climb a tree because you can't see the branches. All you can do is stand completely still and listen. This wasn't a nightmare. This was every single night for 300,000 years. So why does the dark still make your skin crawl, even now, safe in your bed, with a phone that lights up an entire room in your hand? Let's find out why. Modern darkness is an inconvenience. You stub your toe. You fumble for a light switch. Ancient darkness was a death sentence waiting to happen. Human eyes are built for daylight. We have almost no night vision compared to the animals hunting us. A cave lion's eyes had a reflective layer called a tapetum lucidum, letting it see in light 6 times dimmer than what we need. In the dark, we weren't just blind. We were the only animal in the ecosystem operating with the lights off while everything around us saw perfectly fine. And most of what wanted to kill us hunted at night. Cave hyenas, coordinated packs of 20, hunted after sunset when human eyes were useless. Leopards, which killed early human children by the thousands, are almost exclusively nocturnal ambush predators. Even today, in parts of Africa where leopards still overlap with humans, night is when attacks spike. Our ancestors didn't have a story about monsters in the dark. The monsters were real, and they came out exactly when the sun went down. Here's something strange. Humans are afraid of the dark from birth. Studies on infants show elevated stress responses to darkness before a child has ever been told a scary story. That's not culture. That's not a fairy tale passed down. That's wiring. Something that old, that automatic, only gets built into a species one way. Generations of ancestors who feared the dark survived, and the ones who didn't. Psychologists call this prepared learning. We're not just capable of fearing the dark. We're built to fear it faster and harder than almost anything else, the same way we're wired to spot snakes in grass before our brain even consciously registers what we saw. Darkness anxiety isn't a modern glitch. It's a 2 million-year-old alarm system still fully installed and still running, even though the threat that built it is mostly gone. So how do you survive hundreds of thousands of nights against predators you can't see? The answer, again, starts with fire. Archaeological sites show controlled fire use stretching back at least 1 million years, and one of its most underrated jobs was psychological. A fire doesn't just produce warmth and light, it produces a boundary. Predators are hardwired to avoid open flame. Step inside that ring of light, and for the first time in human history, the dark couldn't reach you. But fire had a range, usually about 30 feet, and it burned out. So humans built a second layer of defense: each other. Groups didn't sleep evenly through the night. Evidence from surviving hunter-gatherer groups like the Hadza shows that at any given moment, someone in the group was awake, watching. Not because they were told to, it emerged naturally. Staggered sleep cycles across a group meant the camp was never fully unguarded. A predator testing the dark for an opening would find eyes waiting somewhere, every single hour. Sound mattered too. Groups slept close together, physically touching in many cases because a rustle, a change in breathing, a shift in the pack's usual noise could be the only warning anyone got. Vigilance wasn't a personality trait. It was survival infrastructure, built into where people slept, how close they slept, and who was awake when. Here's the part that should unsettle you. Predators that hunted humans in the dark went extinct thousands of years ago. Cave hyenas, gone. Cave lions, gone. The specific threats that built this fear haven't existed for over 10,000 years, and yet the fear is still fully intact in every human being alive today. That's because evolution doesn't delete old software just because the threat disappeared. It only adds new layers on top. Your fear of the dark is a program written by ancestors who died and ancestors who lived, over a timescale so long that 10,000 years without predators barely registers as a rounding error. You are running code that's 250,000 years old every single time you feel uneasy walking to your car in an empty parking lot at night. Think about what you actually do at night now. You flip a switch, and an entire room turns to day. Streetlights make city night nearly as visible as afternoon. Phones cast enough light to read by. The predators that shaped this fear have been gone for over 10 millennia, replaced by nothing more threatening than a dark hallway or an unfamiliar noise in an empty house. And still, something in you tenses. Your ancestors spent 300,000 years standing perfectly still in the dark, straining to hear something that wanted to kill them. You spend 10 seconds in a dark room reaching for a light switch, heart rate spiking for no reason at all. It's not irrational. It's memory. Not memory you experienced, memory you inherited, written into you by every ancestor who survived a night the dark almost won.